I will take you for a walk. I'm at such a magnificent place today. Look at that. I actually ascended today physically into the mystical forest, a bit misty, yeah it is, to say to you, your time has come to be seen. You see, you've been programmed into a fear-based thinking that if you will be seen, you may be wrong, you may do a mistake, and therefore only when you will be perfect, you will be okay to be accepted or to be valuable for someone. So therefore, you've created a belief in your interesting mind that only when you will be perfect, you will be ready. But I came here to shatter this nonsense because the only way to become ready is to begin. And to begin, you must decide. And to decide, you must say, I decide. So I know in your heart you had this calling for quite some time. I will do that. I will call that person. I will go out. I will start. I will initiate that project. Or I will do that thing. Or I will change my job. Or I will move to a new place or whatever it was. But when time came to show up, to express your ideas to your boss or to your family, you were afraid to be seen as someone who has maybe outgrown that place. You've been afraid to be seen as someone who is changing. You've been afraid to be seen as someone who craves more life. Well, let me remind you, it's just after the rain, so it's a bit misty. It's just, above where I live, so isn't that wonderful? It's almost like a dream. Well, let me remind you that when your time comes to show up to the world what you're made of, don't hesitate. It's the act of showing up. It's the act of being accountable that really makes you and introduces you to what you're capable of. The potential of you can't actualize if you don't remove what is not allowing it to actualize. What does it mean? Well, you've been born with an incredible gift. Maybe it's a talent of yours. Maybe you have a very strange mind to the world, but genius one to us who see things a bit differently. Maybe you have a very beautiful heart that is hiding behind the walls of your home. Maybe you have a wisdom to share, but is hiding behind closed mouths. Is that you, my friend? This message goes to you. May it go through your personality, into your inner power, to remind you it's time. To remind you that in the past you had no idea that within you there's power beyond words. There's power beyond language. It's called life force, and that life force was suppressed because you had no knowledge that it's there. So you believed them who said to you that you are just this individual. Don't believe that. It's all nonsense. So let me remind you who you are. Are you ready to know? So look, in psychology they say Personality is made out of how we think, how we feel, and how we behave, right? So most of the time we're actually caught up in the loop of thinking and feeling. Thoughts trigger emotions, and emotions make more thoughts equal to how we feel. And because we most of the time behave equal to how we think and feel, our personality creates our reality. There's a saying by Dr. Joe Dispenza who says, same thoughts lead to same choices lead to same behavior lead to same emotions, and same emotions lead to same thoughts. And this is the loop where many people get caught in. But then there's something beneath this loop, and it's called the soul. So what is the soul? Well, Aristotle said the soul is a human psyche that has its own abilities and capabilities. And in order to discover it, you need to break free from the loop of certain thinking and feeling. So how can you do that? Well, the way that you discover that you've been programmed to live in fear. You've been programmed to live in doubts and worries. You've been programmed to doubt your own power. Because only that way you can be controlled. Only that way someone else can dictate what will you do with your life. But there comes a time when you want to be seen because you have a message to be shared. You have something to give. You have something to offer. Maybe you're an artist. Are you an artist? Maybe you're a singer. Maybe you are a genius of its kind, whatever kind. Maybe you're just a beautiful person that deserves to be seen in this majestic world. Is that you? Well, you need to recognize that you are not what you think. You see, the world is not designed for the perfect ones to thrive. The world is designed for the brave ones to thrive. Brave hearts will thrive. Afraid hearts will suffer. That's why the whole system is built on the food for suffering that serves as an escape from pain, a great illusion that keeps people in their own escaping mechanisms. Yeah, it happens. But you, my friend, you came here to break out of these loops because you're ready. And you know, when my time came in my life to show up, to show my art to the world, I'm an artist, I'm a painter. You can find my paintings on AttractPassion.com and in most of my videos. I didn't hesitate because that fire of mine was burning so strong. My soul was calling, hey, share this with the world. Share a message with the world because inspiration calls. Never ignore the inspiration, my friend. That inner gentle pull towards a creative act. Never ignore that. You see, it's not the point to make it perfect. Perfection is only a process of becoming. It's never a finished work. You can't end up being perfect because there's always more to become. That's why fear of being seen is a great illusion, because it's made out of the idea that you should be perfect to be ready. But actually, when you decide that you are ready, you found the perfect moment. when you decide that you are ready to share your work, to share your message, to start your business, to start your company, to start that whatever project of yours, whatever it is, when you decide that you are ready, you are ready. No one can dictate that. So, isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? So, when you feel that you want to begin, or you want to, let's say, call that special person out, and you think, oh, what will she say? It comes out of this idea once again. You should be perfect, because then you will be accepted. No, life builds us through trial and error. If that person will not accept you, it means there's someone even better for you. But if you will not find the courage to ask this person out, it will be even harder for the next one. Sometimes we do some stupid things and then we need to call people and apologize them. Sometimes we do something like that, right? And we actually need to find out the courage to call them or to apologize them or to say to them what we mean. And there's again this fear of being seen as someone who did a mistake or something like that. But every time you find the strength within you that allows you to do a work of integrity, an act of a hearted, open-hearted person, you grow. And when you grow, you experience a sense of incredible love for yourself. You're being proud of yourself. You see, the reason that people find it so hard to be proud of themselves is that they're doing so many things that are against themselves. It's a very simple logic. It's not simple to do something about it because, well, we need to face with the truth that we are not holding ourselves accountable. Well, what does it mean to hold yourself accountable? It means that you start doing what you say that you will do. That's how you break these loops of thinking and feeling, and you become something new. And it rhymes. So, when life calls you into action, you must be the one that says yes to it. Because if you say no to it, life will say, oh, he's not ready, she's not ready. Let's postpone the miracles for this person. Let's postpone them. That's what universe says. Universe. So, there's a formula to a life of the miraculous. Yeah. A formula today, or for the life of the miraculous, is start doing what you say that you will do and finish it. Take it to the finish line and move to the next one. Because there's something with creativity. More we use it, more we gain it. This is how life truly works. You see, in the system, it's just the opposite. More you use something, more you need to pay for it, right? Life works in an opposite way. More you use it, more you gain it. That's how you know you're in alignment, because more you use something that God gave you, more you're rewarded for it. So if you feel like you are not being rewarded for your work, it's because you're not using your gifts enough yet. You may think, I'm doing my best, but there's still many fears that are actually holding you back. You could do so many other things. I'm not talking about burning out. I'm talking about exploring possibilities. You see, we humans have very unique creative capacities due to our frontal lobe. We can think completely out of the box. And because we are constantly in touch with the infinite spirit, we never run out of great ideas. Some call it Akashic records or quantum field of information. More we use the gifts, more we will receive rewards and energy to do more of this kind of service. So my message today for you is, don't be controlled by the fear of being seen anymore, because it doesn't exist. This fear is a great illusion that is making you think that you should be somebody else to be ready. Who you are is what the world needs, not something else that you're not. The world needs who you are, not who you're not. You will never be who you're not designed to be, but you will always become what you're created to be, what you've been created for. You will become it, but you need to decide to become it. So you will need to go through trial and error. If you see that you're failing in your life, that you have errors in your life, it's actually a sign of growth, my friend. It's not a sign of weakness. This is another illusion that they programmed you to believe in. So if you see errors, my friend, be proud of yourself, because you are figuring things out. The greatest gift you can give to yourself is to keep allowing yourself to keep figuring it out, because only this way you can discover what your path is, or where your path is really taking you. At some point your work will start blooming, and I'm a proof of that. So yeah, I just wanted to remind you, you're ready to be seen. You're ready to show up. Now quit believing into the lies that your mind says to you, and start really listening to that spark of yours that was always beneath it. My friends, I hope you found great value in today's message. I'm sending you lots of love, blessings, and power. Yeah, lots of power. And big thanks to all of you for choosing to buy my art on our store, AttractPassion.com, where you will find my paintings, prints of my paintings, original paintings, and so much more. So go and check it out. And also, big thanks to everyone for joining our Patreon community, where you will find more deep stuff. Exclusive content, guided meditations, podcasts, and so much more. So check it out. And till next time, well, I hope you've enjoyed this wonderful scenery just after the rain. Wonderful. Much love, my friends.